If you're not good at it, maybe it's not your thing, and maybe you're good at something else. So focus on what you're good at. Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to Mental Fitness with Neeha, the workout for your mind. This is episode number 2 of the book, The Almanack of Naval Ravikant. If you haven't checked out part 1, please see it. I'll link it up here. And yeah, let's get into it. So, an entire section of the book is actually under the title of How to Get Wealthy. But more than being wealthy, this essentially is super important for any student, anyone who's looking to understand how they can actually make the most out of life and do things in life. In one line, to be wealthy and super successful in life, you need to arm yourself with specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage. I know that these terms are a bit fancy and over the top, but let's break down each of them and understand what exactly they mean. So, number one, what is specific knowledge? Specific knowledge is knowledge which you can't be trained for. Like, it's not something which can be taught, but it can be learned. It's also often highly technical and creative. For example, sales skills or musical talents or an obsessive personality. A love for personal development, a love for science fiction. All of this is specific knowledge. It's something that you didn't even consider a skill. For you, it's just like, yeah, I do that, not a big deal. But other people noticed. And for other people, it's not as easy as it is for you. It's essentially a combination of unique traits from your DNA, your upbringing, and your response to it. So, for example, people always ask, like, how are you so good at speaking in videos? Or if someone would ask, like, how are you so good at anything. If you're not good at it, maybe it's not your thing, and maybe you're good at something else. So focus on what you're good at, is what specific knowledge is all about. The golden question now would be, how do you find this specific knowledge which is unique to me, unique to my DNA, is that whatever. Specific knowledge is found by pursuing your innate talents, your curiosity, and things that excite you, not by pursuing what's fancy right now or what's trending right now. Think about what you did as a kid, which seemed like almost effortless to you, but like worked to others. The logic is simple. If you're not 100% into it, then someone else is 100% into it, and they will outperform you because they're fully into it. And therefore, you need to escape this competition through authenticity, because nobody can beat you on being you. Second, accountability. Accountability is nothing but taking risks under your own name. The thing with accountability is that when your name is on the line, if something goes well, you get all the credit. But when things go bad, you also have to take all the blame. We're kind of socially hardwired as humans to not fail under our own name. And therefore, when we put ourselves out there, it builds a lot of credibility and respect when you take risks under your own name. In the old times, when you were, like, let's say, the captain of a ship, if you were the captain, you were accountable for the ship. When the ship goes down, you would be the last person to step out of the ship. You would have to wait until all the other sailors are off board. So the risk there was much greater. The risk was that you would sink with the ship. Here, the max risk is your time and capital. Let's say, for example, this podcast is a business risk I'm taking in my own name, because I'm putting in time, effort to make these videos. Very high chance that it doesn't take off. The biggest risk is just my time and my capital. So it's not that big a risk. I mean, essentially, there's not much to fear in terms of failure in today's times. So people should take on more accountability. Lastly, leverage. Now, leverage comes in 3 forms: capital, which is money; labor, which is people who work for you; and lastly, code or media. According to Naval Ravikant, the world is no longer separated between the rich and the poor. It's now between the leveraged and the unleveraged. Let me explain what that means. The thing about code and media is that they're permissionless leverage. For capital, you need money. For labor, you need other people to work for you. But to make code, to make media, you don't need anyone else's permission. You can do that and you can replicate it at scale without needing any other external effort or other people's permission. The software and media that you create will earn for you while you sleep. For example, if you look at Joe Rogan, he earns $50 to $100 million per year through his podcast. That's media. If you look at famous YouTube channels like PewDiePie, they're all earning through media. Then you look at the biggest businesses of the world, Amazon, Google, all of that is through code. So essentially, the rich of today mostly have the third form of leverage, which is code and media. The best part is that to code, to write books, to make videos, you don't need anyone's permission. You can just go ahead and do it. In 2 words, you need to productize yourself. So if your long-term goal is to get wealthy, to be successful in life, the first question you ask yourself is this authentic to me? Is it myself that I'm projecting? Is it your specific knowledge, or are you simply following something that's cool right now, whatever? Okay. Second question you ask yourself is, am I scaling it? Am I productizing it? Am I using code and media to scale it? And the third, of course, this has to be under your own name and your own you need to be accountable for it. Logic is that you're not going to get rich renting out your time. You're going to get rich by having equity, by having some kind of piece in the business, or by having leveraged code media that's going to earn for you while you're sleeping. So why is this entire owning equity thing important or such a big deal? If you're earning money by renting out your time, you will get money, but you're not going to be earning money that will give you freedom. Think about money. What is money? Money is how you transfer wealth. It's nothing but social credits. Wealth, on the other hand, is assets that earn while you are sleeping. For example, that could be the factory that you own, the business that you own. It could be the program that you build, or even your invested money. Take, for example, a construction worker. A construction worker has zero specific knowledge. It can be trained, anyone can be trained to become a construction worker. They have zero leverage in the sense that they are the workers, and also they don't have any accountability. So with zero specific knowledge, zero leverage, and zero accountability, they literally get paid by the hour. Let's go one level higher and think about a general contractor. A little more specific knowledge, they have a little more leverage in the sense that they might have a few constructors working under them, and they take a little bit of responsibility for the project, a little accountability, so they get paid higher. Next, you look one level above and look at the real estate developer. They have more specific knowledge, more accountability, because they are responsible for the entire project, and they also have more leverage. They have to hire all the contractors who are working under them. So if you see, at each stage we're adding specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage. The thing with renting out your time is that your inputs are tied to your outputs. You work for a certain hour, you will get that much money. But if you start your own company or you invest in a certain business, then your money isn't coming through hours. The bottom line is that society always wants new things, and if you want to be wealthy, you need to figure out which of these things can you uniquely provide to society. For example, Steve Jobs figured that everyone wants a computer in their pocket at all times, and then he found a way to scale it. Until this opportunity shows up, doing absolutely nothing is not the best idea. Until this opportunity comes up, you build a brand, create leverage on Twitter, YouTube, anything. And if you can't code, write books, create videos, write blogs. So when it's time to move to the next opportunity, you do so with maximum leverage. Naval Ravikant was also asked this question, that what is the most important thing for young people who are starting out today? He said that we should spend more time making decisions. Now when you're young, there are three big decisions that you make. Number one, where you live. Number two, who you live with. And number three, what you do. Generally think about it, you spend so much time in a job, you spend so much time at college, but how much time do you take before choosing which college to choose or which job to choose? If you get into a relationship, you do normally for a long time, but how much time do you take before you choose this person you get into a relationship with? You should spend more time making these big decisions rather than making them just like that and then spending your entire life just doing things without thinking it through. Okay, that's it for this video, guys. But I hope that this section added value to you. I know it's a bit technical, but genuinely, if you understand what I was saying properly, what the book says properly rather, it's very, very helpful. Like in the sense of finding your specific knowledge, creating leverage, writing books, blogs, coding, creating media, and also taking risks under your own name. I think these are things that as young people, all of us should start doing. So it would equip us for any opportunity when it actually comes to be in the best position to take it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.